crossing the Ohio River again. And that means we are entering a new state. We've been in and out of Kentucky for, you know, pretty much a couple days now. So that is downtown Cincinnati. So we are in Cincinnati. We are in Ohio. Alright, so it is Monday, July 9th. We are at the Microtel in Mason, Ohio. And they call it the Microtel because the rooms are really, really small. So here we are at Kings Island. This is one of the best parks in the country, easily top 5, maybe top 3. It's Monday, July 9th, and we're going to be spending most of the day here before going to Cedar Point tomorrow. We are in. It's a little bit before 10 o'clock. We are in Kings Island. So it is about 6:30 on Monday, July 9th, and we are leaving Kings Island. You can see Vertigo right there, Banshee going over its inversion, Eiffel Tower. We got on a ton of rides today. 13 coasters, Mystic Timbers and Diamondback were by far the best coasters at this park. They had great operations, and we didn't hardly wait for any of the rides, so we didn't get a flash pass. And now we are headed off from Southwest Ohio to Northeast Ohio. Cedar Point and Steel Vengeance is tomorrow. Yeah, so this happens every time we go to Kings Island and Cedar Point, or the other way around. You know, you think there would be like a interstate or, you know, a real road, but we're driving through people's like neighborhood around here. We're driving through the middle of nowhere. This is like seriously the only way to get from Kings Island to Cedar Point. Oh. Okay, so there are fireflies off on the side here. It's kind of cool. And Jim just murdered a raccoon. It was violent. 10:07, Sandusky, Ohio. We have arrived at the Gateway Point Inn, and Jim's going to do some donuts in the parking lot to try to fix his brakes. No, we're not drunk. Yeah, we're trying to reset the brakes. Oh! Hey, look, there's a Walmart over there. They have those in Ohio also. Did it work? Oh, no, it did not work. So we try again. Alright, here we are. You know what? Disneyland says it's the happiest place on earth, but it's incorrect. It is Cedar Point. Here we are on the causeway, and if you look over there, you will see the best. It doesn't get any better than this. One thing about Cedar Point at night, there's a lot of bugs. So we were headed out of Cedar Point. It's a little after 10 o'clock. We stayed from open from early open actually all the way to close, so about 13 hours. We rode 16 different coasters, a total of 26 times. About half of them we rode twice, the other half we rode once, and then Steel Vengeance we rode 5 times. So thank you Fast Lane Plus. We're headed out back to the hotel. We're gonna spend the night tonight, and then tomorrow morning we're gonna hit the road and go through Michigan into Canada. So this trip is going international tomorrow. It is the morning of July 11th. It's a Wednesday, and we are still here in Sandusky, Ohio at the Gateway Point Inn. And we are leaving the country today. We are going to Canada. So we're gonna say goodbye to the US in about 3 hours or so. I'm gonna spend a couple days up in Canada and come back on Thursday night. Tolls again. Come on, Ohio. This isn't New Jersey. We are in Ohio still. We are close to Toledo, which is pretty close to the Michigan border. This is the last time we're gonna fill up on gas in the United States for now. It's $2.64 here per gallon. So next time we get gas, we will be paying by the liter, and I'm sure we'll be paying a lot more. Goodbye, Ohio. Hello, Michigan.
37B, bridge to Canada.
This is the last few moments in the US. Bridge to Canada, no re-entry into the USA. I guess that means that we can't come back. We were just given the 3rd degree by the border agent. Asking us questions about what we are doing in Canada. Didn't want to search our vehicle or anything, so that's good. Just find a lot of snacks back there. 60 kilometers per hour. That could be 5 miles an hour, or it could be 100. There's really no way of knowing. Okay. So gas in Canada is $1.29, which seems
appear to be very cheap.
$1.29 seems like a good deal until you realize that they go by liters. So in reality, that's like over $5 a gallon, which is crazy. What kind of country is this? 100. Go, 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 go. So when you're in Canada, you do what Canadians do. You go to Tim Hortons. When in Canada, do what Canadians do. You go to the beer store. So you think traffic in LA is bad? This is Toronto traffic around rush hour.
Right in there one time. Between the train and the roller.
It is a 58-second elevator ride at a speed of 22 kilometers an hour or 15 miles per hour, whichever makes more sense.
Gardens Road.
So we're leaving downtown. There's the CN Tower and the Rogers Center where the Blue Jays play. We're headed up to Vaughan, which is where our hotel is, and of course where Canada's Wonderland is, where we will be going tomorrow. You ever want a bag of milk? Because that's what you get here. It took us a while, but we are finally here. Canada's Wonderland. Vaughan, Ontario, Canada. So we are leaving Canada's Wonderland. It's kind of a weird day. So we got the fast pass, and then all the lines disappeared, except for the rides that we couldn't use the fast pass on. Ultimately, we rode all 15 coasters here. And now we are headed back to the old USA. We'll be crossing the border in a couple hours. So we spent a couple days in Canada, but it is time to go back. Got past customs, it was pretty quick. Asked us a few questions. Jim kept us cool, didn't freak out. Thank you for that. And now we are entering the state of New York. It's Friday, July 13th, and we are near Buffalo, New York. And yeah, we were close to the Canadian border because you can see that they have Tim Hortons here also. So, the good news is that gas is in gallons again, and it's not quite as expensive. Friday, July 13th, and here we are at Darien Lake. About 2:15 on Friday the 13th. We are leaving Darien Lake. Had a pretty good time here. 7 roller coasters. We rode Ride of Steel a bunch of times. And the brand new coaster Tantrum. We rode that once. And we're heading over to Fantasy Island. Where are we? Fantasy Island. We are really close to the Canadian border again. And we're gonna go ride Silver Comet. So we spent about an hour and 15 minutes here. Fantasy Island, it's a very interesting place. It's a very weird, kind of carnival-like park. And we are heading for Erie now. Gonna go to Waldameer tomorrow. Canada. I see you over there. We had fun in New York. We rode 9 roller coasters, but it is time to say goodbye. We are going to one of the best coaster states in the entire country, and that is Pennsylvania. We're going to spend some of this Saturday here at Waldameer. You can see some of the coasters here. We're right on Lake Erie. We're gonna spend maybe like 3 hours here or so before moving on, going down south. We are leaving Waldameer. It's about close to 3 o'clock on Saturday. And we spent about 3 hours here. Got 4 rides on Ravine Flyer. And rode the other 2 coasters. So, we're getting lunch, and now we are headed off to Conneaut Lake Park. All we want to do is find a gas station with a car wash. First, Google took us first to a place that was obviously clearly shut down and boarded up. And then we went to another place that is in this,
left on South Norrisville Road.
That is in this area of town, which is obviously very, very rural. And where the gas station was supposedly is a barn. We made it to Conneaut Lake Park. This is a weird place. This is the Devil's Den at Conneaut Lake Park. So when they need to stop the ride, they just pretty much have someone stop it with their hands. And to start the ride, they just kind of shove them through. Shove them through all the way to the lift hill. Here comes this car. See if it bumps into the other car. Is he gonna stop it? Yep, stop it. Okay. There he goes. Shove it through. There we go. We've been here for maybe half an hour. maybe. And we rode Blue Streak twice, once in the back. That was back braking. And then we did it in the front, and which was a little smoother, but I did slam my knee against the bar really, really hard. And we are headed out. Our goal is to find a gas station that has a car wash. The last 2 times I tried to find one, one of them was closed for good, all boarded up. And the other one was a barn. So I'm gonna try to find one that actually still exists. That's my goal. Aha, found one. I'm gonna wash all the dead bugs off the car. This is all very exciting. It's like so high tech. Alright, and we are done. Out the door with a clean car-ish. We are leaving the Days Inn in Monroeville. We are about 20 minutes away from Kennywood and my 300th coaster. So I just rode my 300th coaster, and I made sure that it was the Phantom's Revenge. Excellent ride, definitely top 50, probably top 30. And we're going back for round 2. It's almost 4 o'clock. We are leaving Kennywood, and it is starting to rain. So we had a really good time here. And we're gonna get out of here before the rain gets worse. Last entry for week 2.